So in this lecture, you will learn the structure and types of nephron, mechanism of urine formation and their physiology. We will also learn about the control of micturition as well as the terminologies related to the urination. So let's begin the learning. As you have already aware about the structure of urinary system and the structure of kidney, these nephrons are present in the kidney. They also called the uriniferous tubules. They are actually the functional unit of kidney and they're popularly known as filters of kidney. There are around 10 lakh nephrons are present in a kidney. They are long structure and their average length is around 3 centimeter. There is one more fact which you should remember, and the fact is that these nephron lacks the power of regeneration. What do we mean by the power of regeneration? Is that they cannot repair themselves if they got damaged, but the new nephrons can be formed to replace the damaged one. So let's understand their type, and to understand them, let's draw a simple structure of kidney. So this is the we are drawing a simple, very simple kidney structure. So this structure of the kidney is called cortex, and this part of the pyramid in which present, they are called medulla. So the nephrons which are present on this part, outer side of part, they are called superficial or cortical nephron. They are about 85% of total nephron. The Malpighian body of these nephrons are very much close to the superficial region and part of the cortex, and loop of Henle is just little bit dip into the medulla up to certain extent, but their collecting duct and duct of Bellini are present in the cortex. Now, the nephrons which are present in this area, they are called juxtamedullary nephron. They are around 15% of total nephron. The Malpighian body of these nephrons are also present in the cortex, close to the medulla, but the rest of the part is present in medulla. The meaning of juxta is नियर एंड हिंदी हम कह सकते हैं पास. तो जक्स्टा मेडुलरी, जहाँ भी जक्स्टा शब्द आएगा वो उस प्रेसीडिंग वर्ड जो उसके बाद का वर्ड है उसके पास. तो जक्स्टा मेडुलरी मीन्स जक्स्टा के मेड्यूला के पास. So the major function of these juxtamedullary nephron is to concentrate the urine. Now let's see the structure of nephron. So the arteriole, this is the arteriole which we are seeing here, which brings the blood to the nephron, is called afferent arteriole, and the artery which took away the filtered blood out of the nephron is called efferent arteriole. The diameter of afferent arteriole is wider compared to the efferent arteriole. So this is a wider artery, this is the narrow artery. So compared to the efferent arteriole is wider. Why this is the difference in the diameter? So that it can create extra pressure. So the blood will come with more blood will come, less blood will go, so more blood will retain, and that will create more pressure in this area. So these arterioles, they form a network of blood capillaries and that network is called the glomerulus. This network is formed in a horseshoe shaped structure of nephron. You can see here, this is a horseshoe shaped structure, and that structure is called Bowman's capsule. and both glomerulus and Bowman's capsule together form Malpighian body. After the blood is filtered, the filtrate comes to glomerulus, from glomerulus to Bowman's capsule. The glomerulus and Bowman's capsule contain a special kind of cells which are present inside these. They are called podocyte, and these cells contain special perforation, and those perforation are called pedicles. So those pedicles allow only any substance to pass if that substance has a molecular weight less than 68 kb. So below 68 kilodalton, any compound can pass through this, and if the molecular weight of that compound is above 68 kb, it will not pass. So the real filtration which takes place here, that will takes place for the urine formation, it takes place between the basement membrane which is present in between the endothelium. Endothelium is the layer of capillaries. So the endothelium of glomerular capillaries and epithelium of Bowman's capsule. So there is a basement membrane present in between here. So that formation of the urine, or the real filtration, takes place in that basement membrane. So next part after Malpighian body is called the proximal convoluted tubule, or PCT in short. So their the cells present in PCT have more number of mitochondria compared to the heart cells, so that will inevitably express or tell you that they are require more energy, because they are the most busiest cell. They are busier than the heart cell of these cells. So what they do, so maximum absorption of the water, whatever the filtrate comes here after the blood, so the maximum absorption of the water takes place in the PCT, that is around 80% of the total water, and this absorption of the water is called obligatory absorption of water. The next part is a loop of Henle, which is U-shaped. It contains two arms. The one is called the descending arm of loop of Henle, descending because it is coming down, and another arm is called the ascending arm of the loop of Henle. So descending arm loop of Henle. Ascending arm has a two part, thinner part and thicker part. Thicker part will continue with the DCT, distal convoluted tubule. And this ascending arm of loop of Henle has a specific characteristic, and the characteristic is that this the cell membrane of this arm is impermeable to water. Water cannot pass from these membranes of ascending arm. Only ions, sodium ion, calcium ion, chloride ion, they can only pass, but water cannot pass through this. So next part is obviously the distal convoluted tubule, or in short we can call it DCT. The DCT opens in collecting duct. Whatever the filtrate comes, it is collected in the collecting duct, and that collecting duct leads to the ducts of Bellini. So this is the structure of nephron. So now let's test your knowledge and how much you paid attention to my lecture. So we test by this question, and question is, what do you call the functional unit of kidney where the blood is filtered and urine is produced? And your options are pyramid, nephron, lobules, and calyces. It's very easy one. So far I'm talking about this only, and I know every one of you have the correct answer. So let's see the correct answer. And yes, correct answer is nephron. Let's take one more question. Now another question is nephrons which are located close to medulla are called what they are called. So option 1, cortical, B, juxtaglomerular, C. Vasa recta or juxtamedullary. Think about it. It's very easy one, and I know your smile is saying me a lot of things that you know the answer. So let's check the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer is juxtaglomerular nephron. These are the nephron which are present to the medulla. So now we know the structure of nephron. So let's see the mechanism of urine formation. So first step of urine formation is called ultrafiltration. The ultrafiltration means the filtration under pressure. So what all pressure is working here? Let's see. So this is the simple caricature which is represent the Malpighian body. This is afferent arteriole. This is efferent arteriole. You can see the change in the diameter here, and here is the Bowman's capsule, and here it is the glomerulus. So the main pressure which comes from the blood is called the hydrostatic pressure or BP, blood pressure. It is around plus 70 mmHg. It is slightly higher than the blood pressure of the rest of the body. It is because of there is a difference in the diameter of afferent and efferent arteriole. The another pressure which works here is called the osmotic pressure or OP, and this pressure is minus 30 mm of Hg. So since it is working in opposite, that is why we are calling it minus. So this works against blood pressure. So similarly, there is one more pressure which works against the blood pressure, and it is called the intracapsular pressure or ICP. It is minus 20 mm of Hg. This also works against the blood pressure. So the final pressure which is worked here is called net filtration pressure. So which will be HP minus OP plus HCP. So these two will join together and minus from this. So that will be around working pressure which will be plus 20 mm Hg, and the blood which is filtered is on this pressure. So this pressure, if again I put this, so with this pressure we filters around 125 ml per minute, which is called glomerular filtrate rate or GFR. So how much is the GFR? Is 125 ml per minute. So if we calculate around for 24 hours how much we filters from kidney, so that comes around 180 liter per day. So this much we filtered every day. So 180 liter filtrate comes. But how much we pass? The average urine we pass out, a normal human being, is around 1.5 liters. So how much we reabsorb the water is 178.5 liter per day. So let's see how we actually do it. So this is the simplest caricature of the nephron. This is Malpighian body, PCT, loop of Henle, the descending arm, ascending arm, thinner part of ascending arm, thicker part of ascending arm, then the DCT, convoluted distal convoluted tubule, then the collecting duct. So if we see, this is the cortex area, this is medulla area. So after ultrafiltration, the Bowman's capsule receive the glomerular filtrate. So whatever it received, now we have to understand the concept of osmosis very good. Isotonic means when the both sides have same osmolarity, means there is no difference in the concentration. Hypotonic means whatever is hypotonic, it has a less concentration of salt, it has a less concentration of water, salt concentration is less. So what happened if I say hypotonic and hypertonic? Hypertonic, salt concentration high, hypotonic, salt concentration is less. So where the salt concentration is high, it will go to low and it will make it to isotonic. तो इसको हिंदी में बोला जाता है अल्प परासरी, अति परासरी और सम परासरी। तो अति परासरी जिसमें कॉन्सेंट्रेशन सॉल्ट का ज़्यादा है, अल्प परासरी जब सॉल्ट का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम है, तो ज़्यादा से कम की तरफ जाएगा और उसको बराबर करेगा। तो what will happen here, whatever the filtrate we are receiving that has a similar concentration, it is isotonic. So when the blood comes here, it is isotonic to blood as well as the interstitial fluid. Interstitial fluid is present around the nephron, so this is isotonic. So when filter enters in DCT, PCT, sorry, the sodium and glucose are actively absorbed. So this is showing red color is all actively absorbed. So what happened as we absorb salt here, so active absorption means we utilize energy, because since it is isotonic, so salt concentration is same. If we have to absorb, we need to use the energy. So it will make here hypertonic. This primary urine, the filtrate, glomerular filtrate or primary urine it is called, it become hypertonic. So to make it again isotonic, water is absorbed passively. So water, so we are absorbing sodium ion with force, and with sodium ion water is also coming, so that it will become the आइसोटोनिक। तो हमने सोडियम आयन को निकाला और ये बन गया आपका अति परासरी। इसमें से हमने पानी भी निकाल लिया तो वापस हो गया समपरासरी। तो पानी जो है वो अपने आप बिना एनर्जी के बाहर आ गया। तो पीसीटी में यही होता है, हम सोडियम और ग्लूकोज को निकालते हैं फोर्स लगा के, एटीपी लगा के, और पानी अपने आप निकल आता है ऑब्लिगेटरी। इसीलिए इसको ऑब्लिगेटरी मतलब कंपल्सरीली, क्योंकि आपने उसको जैसे ही आप सॉल्ट निकालेंगे अंदर पानी का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बढ़ जाएगा, तो पानी ज़्यादा पानी से कम पानी की तरफ आ जाएगा। अब वाटर एब्जॉर्ब होता जाता है। सो व्हेन इट रीच सो टू द एट द जंक्शन ऑफ लूप ऑफ हेनले, इट इज अगेन आइसोटोनिक। ये अब समपरासरी ही है, लेकिन हमने कई सारा पानी, लगभग 80% पानी और लवण या सॉल्ट हमने इसमें से अवशोषित कर लिया। तो अब क्या होगा कि अब यहाँ पर आपने देखा मेड्यूला में जो है वो पिरामिड होते हैं, और जब ये यहाँ से शुरू होता है तो ये 300, इसकी यूनिट है मॉस मोल पर लीटर। तो ये एक यूनिट है ऑस्मोलरिटी किससे रिलेटेड। इतना कॉन्सेंट्रेशन सोडियम आयन का शुरू में होता है। अब क्या होता है कि एक जैसे ही डिसेंडिंग आर्म के स्टार्ट में, द स्टार्ट ऑफ दिस डिसेंडिंग आर्म ऑफ द लूप ऑफ हेनले, द इंटरस्टिशियल फ्लूइड ऑफ पिरामिड had a concentration of sodium ion increase gradually. So the concentration here increase gradually, and it goes up to 4 times. So it is 300, 400, 600, 800, 900, 10, 1100 and up to 1200. 4 times it goes from the base of pyramid to the papilla of pyramid. तो बेस जो है उसका वहाँ से उसके टिप तक जाते जाते सोडियम आयन का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन 4 गुना बढ़ जाता है, और ये ग्रेडियंट बना होता है पिरामिड में। एंड दिस ग्रेडियंट इज मेंटेन्ड बाय बोथ द आर्म्स ऑफ लूप ऑफ हेनले। सो व्हाट इज द प्रॉफिट ऑफ लूप दिस, दैट इज दिस गोज डाउन, जैसे ये यहाँ से 300 से आगे आएगा तो यहाँ पर आपका कॉन्सेंट्रेशन जो है फिर बढ़ गया। अब ये हो गया अल्प परासरी हाइपरटोनिक, और ये हो गए अति परासरी। तो क्या होगा, आप इसको या तो आयन दे के इसको भी 400 करो, या इसका पानी निकाल लो तो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन फिर बढ़ जाएगा। सो वी कीप ऑन रिमूविंग द वाटर as it goes down, the water is keeps on absorbing in the descending arm, or concentration is keeps on increasing. So urine is getting concentrated, concentrated. It is also receive some amount of sodium ion also, because it is not impermeable to iron, but most of the way water is reabsorbed. So as it reach to the tip of loop of Henle, again we have the everywhere it is isotonic, समपरासरी है हर जगह पे. अब क्या होता है, जैसे ही ये आगे बढ़ती है, असेंडिंग आर्म में जाती है. अब ये असेंडिंग आर्म के बारे में आपको बताया था, जो चढ़ती हुई इसकी भुजा है असेंडिंग आर्म, इट इज इम्परमिएबल टू वाटर. ये वाटर को परमिबलाइज नहीं करती है, तो वाटर यहाँ से नहीं जा सकता. अब जैसे ही ये ऊपर बढ़ता है तो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम हो रहा है. तो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कम हो रहा है तो इसको फिर समपरासरी बनाने के लिए इसमें से हम क्या पानी तो खींच नहीं सकते, ना इसको पानी दे सकते, क्योंकि हमने पानी निकाला. अब पानी दे के डाइल्यूट कर सकते हैं, पर पानी जाने के लिए तो जगह है नहीं, ये तो इम्परमिएबल है. तो क्या होगा, तो हम इसमें से अब आयंस को निकालेंगे. तो सोडियम आयंस को हम रीएब्सॉर्ब करते जाते हैं और कॉन्सेंट्रेशन को घटाते जाते हैं. एंड व्हेन इट रीच अगेन टू अप, इट अगेन 300 मॉस पर ml, but we have absorbed so much water and so much sodium ion. So it is all, now this is goes to distal collecting duct. In collecting duct also again we find, if it is a juxtaglomerular, the juxtamedullary nephrons, so we will see that this its collecting duct is also in the medulla region, so it will further absorb the water. So we have more water. So this is how we reabsorb water, iron, and we also absorb the glucose. And then there comes the active secretion. Active secretion का क्या, सक्रिय सिक्रीशन. तो कुछ दवाइयाँ जो हम खाते हैं, जो पानी में घुलनशील होती हैं, जिनको यूरिन के माध्यम से शरीर के बाहर निकाला जाता है, उनको, कुछ डाइज हैं, कुछ विटामिन्स हैं जो वाटर सॉल्युबल विटामिन है, विटामिन बी और विटामिन सी, उनको एक्टिवली सिक्रीट किया जाता है. जब वो ज़्यादा होते हैं तो निकालने के लिए, तो उनको इन द डिस्टल पार्ट ऑफ पीसीटी एंड द होल डीसीटी, यहाँ पर उनको एक्टिवली सिक्रीट किया जाता है. तो दिस इज द हाउ यूरिन इज फॉर्म. तो ये था मैकेनिज्म ऑफ यूरिन फॉर्मेशन. सो नाउ लेट्स चेक हाउ मच यू लर्न. वी विल टेस्ट यू अगेन. लेट्स सी हाउ मच यू लर्न. तो बताइए, द अमाउंट ऑफ filtrate which is produced by kidney each minute, what it's called. वृक्क के द्वारा प्रत्येक मिनट में उत्पादित जो फिल्ट्रेट है, निस्यंद है, उसकी मात्रा को हम क्या कहते हैं? आपके ऑप्शन है ए नेट फिल्ट्रेशन प्रेशर, बी किडनी फिल्ट्रेट वॉल्यूम, सी ग्लोमेरुलर फिल्ट्रेट रेट, और डी प्लाज्मा वॉल्यूम. थिंक इट. ओके. Oh, correct answer is glomerular filtrate rate, GFR. Let's take one more question and then we go ahead. And the question is, what is the primary function of proximal convoluted tubule or PCT? Your options are: option A is reabsorption of ions, organic molecule, vitamins and water, or option B secretion of acid and ammonia, or C secretion of drugs, or D adjusting the urine pH. I know every one of you knew this answer and you are confident, you have paid your proper attention जो मैंने आपको पढ़ाया. तो correct answer, let's check it. Correct answer is A, reabsorption of water, reabsorption of iron, organic molecule, vitamin and water. Now we will see the composition of urine. So in a day we pass around 1.5 to 2 liter of urine. The color when it is fresh, it is stray yellow. is due to presence of urochrome and urobilinogen. In this tail state means ठहरी हुई अवस्था, रुकी हुई अवस्था में it turns brown, भूरा हो जाता है, and that the brown color is due to urobilin, which is oxidation product of urobilinogen. The smell of fresh urine is aromatic, while in a state it is ammonical. It contains urea, sodium chloride, potassium chloride. It also contains the ammonia, which is originated from the kidney itself, then uric acid, hippuric acid, calcium ion, and water soluble vitamins also. So this is the composition of urine. Now, how this urination is controlled? The urination is also in medical terminology called micturition. So how it is controlled? So let's make a simple caricature of urinary bladder, because the urine is stored in urinary bladder, and then from there it is passed. So this is the caricature. In this urinary bladder, these are the ureter which are coming from their own side of the kidney, and this is urinary bladder, and this is urethra, and this is sphincter which control the urination. So for storage, what we need, if we are storing urine here, we want this muscles of this urinary bladder, they should be relaxed, then only the urine can be stored, and this sphincter should be closed, means it should be contract, and this should be closed. If it is not closed, the urine will come out, it won't be stored. Opposite is required at the time when we pass. We want that this muscle should be contract and sphincter should be released. So sphincter should be open. So this is contract, so that urine will be pushed out, and this should be open so that urine will pass out correctly. So how this is controlled, how what part and what system control this? So all of this is controlled by nervous system, and that the first system which comes here is called the parasympathetic nervous system, or PNS. So what PNS does? So PNS actually create the contraction of urinary bladder muscle and relaxation of sphincter. So you know what it does? It forces the urine to come out. It induces the urine to come out. So the micturition or the urination is controlled by parasympathetic nervous system. What it does? So parasympathetic nervous system causes the contraction of the urinary bladder muscles and relaxation of the sphincter. The another nervous system which does the opposite of PNS, that system is called sympathetic nervous system, or SNS. So what it does? It does the opposite. It called the storage reflex. So what it does in the storage reflex? It opens up. So it relaxes the urinary bladder muscle and it closes the sphincter. So the contraction of the sphincter muscle, relaxation of the urinary bladder muscle. So that is done by the sympathetic nervous system. What it does? Relaxation of urinary bladder muscles and contraction of sphincter. So what we learn? The PNS helps in passing out the urine. SNS is responsible for its storage. And these two systems are antagonists, means they both are opposite to each other. But these nervous system are not the voluntary nervous system. Voluntary nervous system are the central nervous system. These are involuntary nervous system. So the urination, the passing of urination or micturition or the storage, that is involuntary, अनैच्छिक है, उस पर बस नहीं चलता. That is why बच्चों को जब आप कई बार बोलते हैं कि लोग पेशाब कर देते हैं, सूसू कर देते हैं, उनको पता क्यों नहीं चलता है? Because it's involuntary, they don't know. But over the time, with her practice in the childhood, which is called the toilet training, उसमें हम उस पर कंट्रोल गेन करते हैं, वॉलंटरी कंट्रोल. एंड दीज आर द टू सिस्टम ओनली वेयर वी कैन गेन द कंट्रोल. The one is urination and another is stool pass, when we pass the stool. So these two events we got the control. And often when system contradict, so this PNS and SNS are also related with the fear. तो डर और लड़ाई के समय they again these nervous system work, so sometime they lose the control. तो इसीलिए जो कहते हैं ना, डर के कारण यूरिनेशन हो गया, तो दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन, सो वी लूज द कंट्रोल. इट इज इनवॉलेंट्री, नोबडी नोज हाउ कैन इट बी कंट्रोल. Okay, so now we go for the terminologies which is related to urination. So first is polyuria, that is excessive urination which is more than 2 liters per day. Polyuria is also called diuresis. Another is oligouria. Oligouria is scanty urination where a person releases less than 500 ml per day. So the polyuria is a symptom, could be symptom of diabetes insipidus, another type in which the very much urination takes place. It is because of the hormones imbalance. That hormone is called ADH, antidiuretic hormone. Then comes the another terminology, it is called anuria, where no urination, there is no urination takes place. And this could be of two types: the secretory anuria, where the urine formation is impaired, जहाँ पर आपका यूरिन का बनने में प्रॉब्लम है, वो इज कॉल्ड secretory anuria. Excretory anuria मीन्स जहाँ पर यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट में ऐसा कुछ ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन है कि यूरिन तो बन रहा है पर वो निकल नहीं रहा है. So secretory anuria shows the problem in kidney. Excretory anuria could be the stone problem or any obstruction could be there. Another is called the dysuria. Dysuria is the painful urination. Whenever there is a painful sensation in urination, it is called dysuria. So always remember, the poly means too much, poly or di is too much, oligo means less. So whenever any word is start with poly, that means too much. If A is no, always whenever absence is presented by A, so A coming preceding any word, it is no. Dis is always presented with the pain. So whenever the dis is put to any process or any physiological process, it is called dysuria. Well, dis is painful. Then nicturia, means night urination, urination in night. Some people do bedwetting. It is called nicturia. Then comes the glucosuria. So term is implicit. The gluco means presence of glucose in the urine. Hematouria means hemat means blood. So blood is present in the urine. It is called hematouria. Proteinuria, if the protein is present, so it could be albuminuria. So albumin can be present, and then pyuria. Pyuria means the presence of pus in urination. So let's take our understanding once again with the question, what is dysuria? I know every one of you is smiling. Before I give you option, you know the answer, but let's give me the option. So tell me, obstruction in urinary tract, or painful urination, no urination, or blood in urine. And the correct answer is, I know every one of you are aware. So it's a painful urination. Let's take one more. Which nervous system control the contraction of urinary bladder? Parasympathetic, sympathetic, autonomous, or central nervous system? Which nervous system control the contraction of urinary bladder? And I know you are listening, you all are listening very carefully, very attentively, and you all know the answer, and you all are correct. I'll not take your time. This parasympathetic nervous system. So let's summarize whatever we have studied. So nephron, also called as uriniferous tubules, filters of kidney, they are functional unit of the kidney. Nephrons can be of two types as per their location in kidney. They could be cortical, they could be juxtamedullary. The blood which is brought to the nephron by afferent arteriole, taken out by afferent arteriole, and they have the difference in their diameter. Afferent artery is wider than the efferent. तो आने वाली मोटी है, जाने वाली छोटी है, सिर्फ ऐसे याद रखना है हमको. एंड दिस वाइट डस्ट, तो आपका अगर पानी का आप याद रखिए, पानी का अगर आप पंप लगाएंगे, जब भी घरों में नल लगता है तो जो मेन पाइप होता है जो टंकी से आता है वो मोटा होता है, और जब वो नल में जाता है तो हम छोटा लगाते हैं ताकि नल में जो प्रेशर आए पानी का वो तेज आए. So that same thing is here. To increase the pressure, we have the wider artery which is bringing, and which is taking away, it is the smaller, narrow. And these both artery form a network of artery capillary. They are called glomerulus, and glomerulus present in a horseshoe shaped structure of nephron, that is called Bowman's capsule. Together of both of them called Malpighian body. And the filtrate which comes in Bowman's capsule is called glomerular filtrate, and it is filtered under pressure, hence the filtration method is called ultrafiltration. Per minute rate through Malpighian body, glomerular filtration rate, GFR. Sodium ion, glucose actively absorbed in PCT. So water is passively absorbed. Most of the water is absorbed here, and this absorption is called obligatory absorption of water. So concentration of sodium increase gradually in the interstitial fluid, up to 4 times, and as the filtrate pass of the loop of Henle, more water, more ion absorbed due to that gradient. Then micturition, urination controlled by parasympathetic nervous system, storage controlled by sympathetic nervous system. This is our formation of urination. If you want to read more, there is 3 books I suggest. I had taken most of the work from the Guyton. So Guyton and Hall's textbook of medical physiology, which I referred personally, and we have the animal physiology from Richards and Sopti. So you can refer to both of them also. Then if you have any query, problem, or if you want to give me any feedback about what I should more include, or you can put this in a Google Classroom discussion board of this topic for your classroom. So this is how the urine is formed. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have learned a little bit. Now I want you all to go ahead and read the e-text which is available on the Google Classroom for this topic. And let's discuss this topic in the next class again. Thank you very much. Bye.